Alright, so I finally have a break here, and I'm going to try to crank out some more reviews. Finally found a little bit of free time. So I wanted to cover, this was actually requested, the Greenlight Ram 3500 flatbed. And I've got next to it the Greenlight Ram 3500, the pickup version. So you can kind of see the difference between the two. The pickup version, for those that don't know, I really like this thing. This is a really nice truck. This is a Laramie Longhorn edition, so it has your fancier grille with the ram across the front of it, which is, it looks like that's fixing to become the norm on all of the Ram heavy duties this year for 2019. They will no longer have the crossbar grille like what you see on the gray flatbed here. So anyway, you've got the Ram dually pickup, which is a very pretty truck. I've reviewed it before. It's a very nice product from Greenlight. Outback Toys brought it to us. It was a little expensive. If you didn't pre-order, if you pre-ordered, it was only $8, but if you didn't pre-order like me, you had to pay, it was like $17 or $18 for it, which was a little frustrating. Here, I'm just going to zoom in for us here. So that was a little frustrating to have to pay that amount of money. And, the thing is, I suspect that they're going to release more of these in the future, and they'll be dirt cheap because Greenlight kind of has a thing for that. The first version they release will be like $15, and then, they'll come out with another version later on that's a different paint job, and it'll only be like $5. So if you're holding out, if you're not really willing to pay the $17, $18 for this thing, and say you don't have to have this exact color scheme, you're okay with another paint color, you might hang tight and see what they come out with, because they may come out with the version that's much cheaper, here in a few months. You never know. They're kind of notorious for that. I've seen that several times now with their F350s and the Nissan Titan XD, and there's a couple of others. Ram 2500 was like that. They're dirt cheap now. So yeah, just kind of wait and see what comes out there. One interesting thing, so this must be different than the last Ram I reviewed, because you could see it. Man, doesn't want to focus. So here's had a little paint issue there. They got a little crazy with the black paint. I didn't realize that the first time. I got two of these, so this must be different than the one that I reviewed in my previous video. So you can see, other than that, the paint looks pretty good on this one. They did a really good job. There's a little bit, sorry guys, I'm having a hard time getting it to focus on what I want it to focus on. You can tell it got a little sloppy there, but other than that, this one's pretty consistent with the other one. The quality on these was really pretty good. They were able to really get the two-tone down nicely, and the badging looks good. It's really a neat looking truck. I really like these things. They're very pretty trucks. So anyway, moving on. I wanted to kind of have this one in the picture to start with, but the one I'm here to review today is the gray Ram 3500 with a flatbed. So this is a new trend that we're seeing now, and I'm going to zoom out and come in like this. So a new trend that we're seeing now are these 1-ton flatbed die-cast pickups like this. Well, I said die-cast pickup, but die-cast trucks. So we've had the pickups, die-cast pickups, and 1/64 scale have been a thing for quite a while now. But we really didn't have much in terms of flatbed offerings previously. Earl came out with one maybe about 10 years ago. it was a Ford F-350 regular cab. I think maroon's the one that I've seen the most of, and the flatbed on it, the truck itself to begin with, is it has some proportionality issues. I mean, the casting was decent, but for 1999, it was a nice toy. But by today's standards, it's really kind of wonky looking. I'll have to put one on the camera in one of these videos so you know what I'm talking about. It's like a 99 Ford F-350 regular cab dually, and they're neat toys in their own regard, but Ertl used them for a long time. They're still using them today, and they had a version with the really goofy flatbed. They also had a version with the utility bed. They had a version with the stake bed. They had a few different versions of that truck out there. And the flatbed version of it is just unimpressive, I would say. So this is the second flatbed 1/64 scale pickup that we've had on the market. I guess the third, depending on how you want to look at it. So we had the 2018 Ford F-350 Dewey's trucks that came out earlier in 2018. And then we had, later in 2018, we had a Chevy 3500 HD that came out with the flatbed, which I do plan on reviewing that one as well. And then you have this one. This was the last one of the year, the Ram 3500 flatbed. And it is the most, so the Dewey's trucks, I love the Dewey's trucks. Don't get me wrong there. And I kind of put them in their own category. But for a plain flatbed, really it would just be this versus the Chevy. And this one beats the Chevy by a long shot. This is a very nice 1/64 scale flatbed truck, and it actually looks realistic. The proportions are pretty darn good, and I'm really pretty happy with it. So they only came in one color, that's gray. These were exclusive through Outback Toys. There was a limited number of them made. I couldn't tell you how many. I only got one. I'd kind of like to get another, but I'm going to wait a while. They're about $18 with a gooseneck trailer, which I'll bring the trailer into the picture here in a minute. And to me, they're a very good value. I think they're a better value than the red dualies, because you get the trailer as well. And if you don't want the trailer, you can always sell the trailer. And so this truck, really, when you look at it in that perspective, isn't that expensive. So, some neat things about this truck. It's very much like the dually, but it's a different trim level. And what I really like that Greenlight did is they gave it a different grille. They gave it your typical crosshatch grille that you would expect to see on, say, like a tradesman, a work version of this truck. And I really like this. You can see the Lil Ram logo. That's not great. It's, with the naked eye, it just looks like they kind of threw on some black paint. But, I mean, that's not too bad. What I really like is the relief and the texture in the grille, and the fact that they painted it gray. And so, to me, that looks really, really nice. I really like the look of that. The front bumper's just like on the Longhorn. It looks good, but it's the chrome bumper instead of the painted bumper like what you see on the Longhorn. The fog light detail is a little lacking. It's just white paint, but that's okay. I don't really have a problem with that. It's trying to roll on me here. Headlights are good. Headlights look good, look realistic. They have the lenses. They have the little turn signal. I really like these decals. So that other one, being the Longhorn edition, had that Longhorn edition badge. This has your typical Ram 3500 heavy duty badge, which I really like that. The 3 gets a little heavy with the black. You can tell they were just trying to pack a lot of detail into a tiny area. But it still turned out good. To the naked eye, it really doesn't make a difference. You have a very nice Cummins badge here. This is some sort of, I don't know what this paint color is in reality, but it's some sort of metallic gray. The paint quality is very good, looks very good. It looks like they got the black paint trim pieces here painted very nicely. It's not sloppy like on that red one I just showed you. Mirrors look good. It has the clearance lights and some sort of antenna. What is that, XM radio? I'm assuming that's what it is. Door handles are painted silver, so you've got like the chromed up door handles. It does have the step bars, the Nerf bars. You can see there's some black texture on there and black end caps. That is very nice. It's very difficult to see into the interior. It's pretty dark in there. The best way to see it is through here. And honestly, there's not a whole lot to look at there. That's pretty plain, but that's okay. The roof line looks nice. You have this nice little kind of seal piece there to show the two different pieces. I guess that's just where the doors come in. Yeah, I'm not really sure how that works. I haven't looked at a real one like this. But you've got some nice detail there. You know, the hood is... you can kind of see those 3 grooves on each side that these Ram heavy duties have, like right there. You know, some decent little hood lines there. That all looks pretty good. Paint looks great. Really happy with the paint. Let's get into the flatbed. Let's look at the flatbed. And this video is getting long, so I'm probably going to have to do the gooseneck trailer in a separate review. The flatbed's wonderful. You know, I don't know, obviously they made it kind of like a generic bed. I don't know what flatbed this would be based off of in real life, because I'm sure they had to use some sort of basis in real life. So I don't know what this is. I don't know if it's like a CM bed or what, but it looks wonderful. They did an excellent job capturing your marker lights here. You can see your turn signals and brake lights here look very good. There's a nice little license plate here for Outback Toys, Pennsylvania license plate. You've got a little ball hitch there. You don't have a gooseneck hitch. So this uses the strange Greenlight gooseneck hitch, which I really don't like those things. I don't think many people do. And I don't have it handy. I'll have to show it in the video when I do the trailer. This thing wants to roll away. You can see the toolboxes here. You can see it kind of has like your commercial, like your Alcoa, sorry my fat finger's in the way. It has like your commercial Alcoa style rims on it, so those are pretty nice. It has the same thing up front here, which, yeah, I believe that's similar to the Laramie Longhorn. Let's look. Yeah, that's the same thing, and it's same rims. So that looks good. You've got nice marker lights on the side of the bed. It looks like your fuel filler cap is there, which I'm assuming that's what that is, or maybe that's a tie down. I think that's supposed to be the fuel filler cap. It's kind of weird that it's behind the axle. I would expect it to be right there, but yeah, no big deal. Anyway, you've got some nice little toolbox detail on the front and back. More clearance lights. Look at that nice texture. You have a nice diamond plate texture there. The headache rack looks really good. It looks like it is it fully? Yeah, it's fully, so it's perforated through so that you can see to the actual back of the cab. So it's like an actual headache rack. It's not one solid piece with just some relief in it. You can actually see the back of the truck there, so that's very impressive. You can see the dome light, or the cargo light on the back of the cab. So that's the back of the cab there, that light that's behind the headache rack. You can see the brake lights and turn signals there. You can see the reflective material on the mirrors there. You can see how they kind of mimic the diamond plate texture. That looks really nice. Coming over to this side, it's more of the same. You can see they kind of did some detail for, I don't know, what do you call that? The little strap that runs on that they weld to the side of a bed that you can tie down to. Gooseneck trailers have it as well. You can see they captured that detail on there. They caught these little, it's hard to see, these little fins right here. I'm calling them fins, but those little pieces that kind of go behind the headache rack and reinforce it and give you a little bit of some hiding space there. Those are there. Those are present. You can see the toolboxes on this side. You can see the lights on this side. It looks good. I'm bring it into focus. I really like it. It looks good. Proportionality, it looks good. The bed looks a little short here, but you also have to remember this is a crew cab pickup, and so the crew cab makes the bed look short. Proportionality, I think it looks good. The headache rack looks like it's just a little high for the cab. It is. It's just a little high for the cab, but it's not bad. It's really not bad. The way it sets on here is perfect. It looks good. The skirting on the bed, so I kind of forgot to point that out, but, it has skirting on the bed. The skirting looks very good. I mean, this looks like a nice skirted flatbed, like a CM bed kind of a thing. The light detail's very impressive. The texture on the bed is impressive. This is a good toy. This is a very well done toy, and the thing is, you could use this as a farm truck or some sort of commercial truck in a variety of industries, right? So that's the thing. I mean, a flatbed truck is something that it's a jack of all trades. Could it be a farm truck? Yeah. Could it be something else? Yes. And that's the neat thing about it. So it's really, it's a nice little variety. I like it a lot. I mean, you put it, you kind of put it back to back with the Ram, with the pickup version, and I mean, it looks really good. So really, Greenlight's done an excellent job with these Rams. I really hope they make more of these. There's a utility bed version out there as well. I didn't buy that because, I'm sorry, utility beds aren't very exciting to me. That's not really what I want to spend my money on. But I love the flatbed version. It looks excellent. I think there's a lot of customization potential with this thing. You could do so many things with that. It really is impressive. I mean, that is the best flatbed that I have seen in 1/64 scale by a long shot. Excluding the Dewey's bed. And really all around, this truck probably takes the cake because it has more detail up here in the actual truck compared to the SpecCast F350. SpecCast did an excellent job with the Dewey's bed, but they kind of skimped on the truck portion. It has, the stamping is good, the casting is good, so the casting is good, so you could paint in a lot of detail on the SpecCast F350 and really make a heck of a truck, but out of the package, this is your better, more complete thing, and really, if someone is skilled at it with the customization, I want to see someone take a Dewey's bed and stick it on this thing, because that would look good. Ram 3500 like this, with a Dewey's bed on it, yeah, I think that'd be amazing. So, there's a lot of customization potential now. Heck, you could even stick the Dewey's bed on this thing with the removable box, take that off, put it on here, have a maroon version. So, a lot of potential here. These trucks are really impressive, and I'm really glad we have these now. So, anyway, I'm already at 20 minutes. I'm going to cover the gooseneck trailer in a different review, and we'll see y'all later. Thank you.